Hey, I'm Thurko. I've been playing Oldschool Runescape for well over a decade, and in that time I've achieved quite a bit. 200 mils, PVM achievements, skill and records, I've done a bit of everything. But now it's time to lock in. There are so many goals to achieve in this game, all pets, Grandmaster Combat Achievements, even 200 mil in all skills. Nothing is too big of a challenge and everything is on the table. So, sit back, relax, and join me on my attempt to complete RuneScape. $4.6 billion XP. It's mad, innit? 200 mil all is just one of those goals that just sounds daft. Oh, you're gonna spend 12,000 hours skilling? Okay, you do that. What's even more mad is that I've been around since day one of Old School and I'm still not fucking finished. I've been working on 200 mil all on and off for like the last 13 years, and I really want to finally finish it. I've always taken my skilling at a pretty relaxed pace, and that probably isn't going to change. My all-time EHP graph is a very bumpy road. I love that you can see all the different eras. You can see exactly where I started streaming post-99 skilling seriously in an attempt to go full-time. And you can also see where I realised that streaming skilling wasn't going to cut it. There's a 2018 fancy EHP era, which is shortly followed by the Iron Man burnout era, that was probably inevitable after playing 100 hours a week for 10 weeks straight. You've got the slow grind upwards during my pet hunt phase, and my personal favourite is this long, nearly 4-year burnout. It wasn't even really a conscious thought at the time, I don't think, but I just find it so funny that this happened almost exactly a week after I got my first full-time job as a software developer. I love that you can just pinpoint the exact moment that I said fuck this and stopped going for 200 mil all. I think the logic in my head was that if I can't play 60 to 70 hours a week, that I would just never finish, so like, what's the point? But the joke's on me, because if I hadn't burnt out for three years, I would basically be done. I've been back to skilling for about 2 years now and have been pretty consistent in that time. I'm still very much enjoying the grind. Maybe this will be the longest era yet. The consistency era, if you will. Consistently fucking slow. I think I have two big advantages this time around. One, I'm in a much bigger community of friends, which actually make the game more fun in general. And two, I'm not pressuring myself to stick just to skilling. Like, I want to complete everything. The name of this series is Completing RuneScape, not Completing 200 mil all. There's going to be so many goals along the way that I'm not going to be just skilling for like 6 months or whatever, you know? So less likely to burn out, more likely to continue plugging along and gaining XP. That being said, despite having 3.4 billion XP, I'm actually about halfway to being done, so there is a lot of time for things to go wrong. We've also got sailing coming out, which is obviously going to add time, and who knows how that skill's going to go. On the flip side, there's also lots of time for the hard skills to become easier. You know, there's still plenty of space for runecrafting to become faster, for mining to become faster, for fishing to become faster, and if there's anything that I know about RuneScape is that slow skills will get faster, they will get easier, and in general, waiting makes things easier. This video is going to be a culmination of the 4 goals that have taken me 3,000 hours to complete in total. So, let's dive in and see what I've achieved since I last checked in.
That's right, folks. It's going to be a
skilling
episode. Stick around for the fun.
So I was going to tell you how I train strength, but like the truth is, I don't really know. It's one of those 200 mils that sort of just happens naturally if you play a lot of RuneScape, which unfortunately I do. The one thing that I know I have done a lot of is Darok's Nightmare Zone. Believe it or not, there was a time where Darok's Nightmare Zone was kind of efficient, and it became sort of my go-to for just chill downtime during competitions. If you look at my strength graph, there's a very obvious jump right at the same time as 2018 Fancy EHP. From what I can tell, I did like 30 mil XP during that competition, which is a decent bit. Nowadays, Darok's Nightmare Zone is kind of just, well, I mean, it's just inefficient, just straight up is, but I still get a lot of my melee XP from 0 time Nightmare Zone, you know, just hopping in for 20 minutes when I'm like cooking dinner, going for a shower, stepping outside every other week. But also, if you do literally any PVM in the game, you're gonna get this eventually. I feel like every boss now is just insane melee XP per hour. I gained approximately like 10 mil XP going dry on the Smoke Devil pet, and that's just one pet. Like, nowadays, a Raxor is 150k per hour, which is nearly as much XP as Darok's Nightmare Zone used to be when I was doing that. There's even this fucking rat thing. I'm getting 200k XP per hour. My feet are on the ceiling. I'm on the other side of the fucking room. So the truth is, this one's not too crazy of an achievement. It's one that everyone who plays a lot is just going to get eventually, but it's still cool to document it. Unfortunately, I don't have any chronological clips to show you, sorry. Ah, fuck it.
Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh.
Now, as per tradition, I am going to get the 200 mil by clawing out my wife in the wilderness. Wait, what? There's no way I've been scouted. That's insane. I have so many... Ooh. I have so many bruises. Surely I'm fine though. .AGS, okay. He TB... Okay, he did TB me. Oh, okay. He's like 111. I can just run south. Fine. I wonder if he's got Voidwaker as well. Oh no. Oh no. What? What? What the fuck? What the f- You're taking the piss. I'm just trying to get 200 mil strength, man. 85 mil down the drain, you're kidding. Oh, you're trolling. I'm trolling. Everyone's just fucking trolling. He's still here. Let me see if I can just buy my stuff out real quick. Yep. Oh. Oh, okay. Alright, let's try this again. Slightly less risk this time. My first combat 200 mil. 200 mil strength. Ah, for fuck's sake. There we go. 200 mil strength coming in. Finally finished. Someone said grats on 200 mil strength and minus 85 mil GP. You prick. Probably the second most passive skill of all time, but it is what it is. Another one ticked off. Do you guys mind if I get a little sensitive with you all real quick? This is the first clip I'm recording since releasing episode 1 of this series, and guys, what the fuck? 15,000 views doesn't sound like a lot to some of you, but I was expecting like 3k max. So if you're watching this and you're a part of that, then thank you. I appreciate you. If you weren't, then go watch it, you melon. Apparently it's fun. I think I've given myself a mammoth task here though, because I've decided to follow that up with a video about skilling. And let's just say there's a reason there aren't many people doing videos about their grind to 200 mil all. It's just not the most entertaining, mate, is it? Like, it's a pretty tough one to turn into entertaining videos. How do you take the same thing over and over again and turn it into an interesting and engaging 30 minutes? I'm going nowhere, right? I'm just building my benches. How do you get people to comment on a video like that? I don't know. I'm going to try my best. Genuinely hope you find this video entertaining, because I feel like I'm potentially destroying my channel only one video in. And here's 110 mil construction, the first milestone of the grind. Welcome to my tile locked account. I can't leave this tile, and all I have is 3 built worth of planks and a fucking hammer. Anyway, when it comes to construction, you really have two choices, benches or tables. Do you want to click a lot, or click a lot but slightly less? There's also a third forbidden method that I have to do at some point, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. All of these methods use mahogany planks, which are my favourite type of plank. Comment below with your favourite type of plank, for fuck's sake. Hello, hello. The grind is going well, and here we have in a second 120 mil coming in. Yeah, going good so far. Honestly, I actually really enjoy benches, or I did the last time I did them. It's been a while. I even held the construction 6-hour record at one point, but that has been beaten and beaten and beaten again a few times. You get the point. Whatever, I'm not mad about it. Can I tell them this? I don't know if I should tell you this. It's only episode 2. We don't really know each other yet. I have an autoimmune disease which causes pain in basically every joint I have. Unfortunately, the wrist is a joint and is therefore affected. It kind of dictates what methods I can and can't do a little bit. Tables have less clicks and less mouse movement than benches, so you'd think that they would be the go-to, but for some reason, no. Tables make my wrist hurt within like 10 minutes, like literally 10 minutes. Benches I can do for hours with no issues. Does that make sense? No. But I prefer benches anyway, so it kind of just makes my method choice really easy here, to be honest. And there we go, 130 mil, let's go. People seem to think benches are harder than they are. They aren't really difficult at all, to be honest. You have no room for mistakes compared to tables, where they have like one tick of wiggle room. But with the left click con and also construction qual plugin, it's honestly just really easy to stick to cycle now. There's not really any reason to not at least be trying to do benches now. Doing benches badly is much better than doing tables perfectly. And getting 99 with benches versus with tables saves about 2 hours. 2 hours which you could use to do other things. You could even use those 2 hours to make more benches. Speaking of plugins, these two make life so much easier. Construction qual allows you to remap keys, but only whilst within the construction build screen. So the end result of this is that you can set your 1 key to remap to the number 2 and then just hold it down as you build benches. No need to press anything else. You can also use it for tables, just set the remap to 6, it does the same thing. The other one is a bit more obvious. You use menu entry swapper and change the left click of the empty bench spots to build and the left click on built benches to remove. And you're good to go. You're not good to go, sorry, I forgot one. You can also put in your custom swaps, talk to Demon Butler, and that will essentially make it if the Demon Butler spawns on top of a built bench, the talking to the Demon Butler takes priority, which just means that you don't have to right click at all. It's really nice. Now you're good to go. I've decided I'm going to go for a 25 mil week this week. Should be easy enough as long as I lock in. Setting mini goals like this is super important if you're doing long-term goals like 200 mils or maxing or something. It just is a great way of keeping motivation up. Something as simple as like, I want to get 2 mil cooking XP today, or I want to do 4 mil construction today, stuff like that. It's just little dopamine hits that really help keep you on track towards going for longer and bigger goals. I just missed it, but we're 3 mil into the week and I just hit 140 mil construction. Onwards and upwards, just over 20 mil to go this week. Never mind, I'm going Callisto.
No!
Right, I'm going to get nerdy for a minute. I hope that's okay. I've decided actually I don't like benches anymore, but probably not for the reason you're thinking. My extremely niche and nerdy take is that I don't like it because of all the plugins. Construction qual and left click. I know, I can almost hear the keyboards people flaming me in the comments, so let me explain why, and if you still want to bully me afterwards, yeah, that's fine. So firstly, I think the reason I liked construction before, and probably the only saving grace of the skill in general, is that you have the ability to be perfect. There is a tick perfect rate, and at least to me, trying to stay near that rate can be pretty fun. Seeing how long I could go perfect for was just, I don't know, interesting. But ever since coming back to the skill, I've been struggling to lock in, and I think the reason just has to be these plugins. They make the skill so much easier that being perfect or very close to perfect for an hour isn't really a challenge, and I just lose interest. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that construction before was hard. I'm saying that it was harder. It was just hard enough to need a bit of concentration and precision to be perfect, whilst also at the same time being easy enough that perfect hours were pretty achievable. I understand left-click construction being a thing. I think that's just a natural progression of the menu entry swapper plugin that was sort of always going to happen. But construction quote, that just straight up shouldn't be allowed in my opinion. I actually took a big break from construction when this plugin came out, but nothing's happened, so I decided that Jagex must just be calm with it. I did just get 150 mil con, if you didn't notice, so, you know, maybe I'm just moaning because I've done 50 mil construction with very little breaks, but, you know, anyway. There's only like two aspects to construction, right? Precise clicks and the hotkeys. Left click con remove the need to be precise with your clicks, and the qual plugin just removes the other thing. Not to mention that any time a method relies on holding down a key, let's be real, most people are just using something to hold the key down, so it's not even holding the key down yourself, you're literally just not engaging with that part of the skill. I told you it was going to be nerdy, didn't I? Someone is inevitably going to say, just turn them off. And to that, I gotta say, nothing feels worse than intentionally making something harder for yourself. It's the whole, I don't want to be forced to do X method argument, but just wrapped up in different packaging. People purposely do stuff they dislike over other things they'd rather be doing in RuneScape all the time, so miss me with that argument, to be honest. It's not the most painful thing in the world to train because it's so fast, but I do miss actually enjoying this. At least it is fast though, so I can just slog through it and be done soon.
Oh, that's cool, Lee.
Whoa.
You just
What
wanna
kind of
say-
multitasking is occurring?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Is that homes or?
Nah, I'm doing benches whilst playing the hardcore.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
fuck. Holy moly.
Right, I can't put it off any longer. I have to do Mahogany Homes. Mahogany Homes. Mahogany Homes. I have quite a few of the skilling based collection log minigame stuff to do along the way to 200 mil still, and this is just one of them that I have to knock out on the way. I really don't want to be one of those guys who rushes to 200 mil in everything and then a year later is like, oh, hold on. What about Mahogany Homes? I have heard of that happening many times, and it's not going to be me. In my goal of completing RuneScape, collection log is quite a big chunk of that, so this isn't a massive detour or anything. It's something that I would be aiming to do at some point anyway. Unfortunately, I just really hate this one. I have 4 things I need to get. I need the supply crate, I need Amy's saw, I need the plank sack, which is going to be crucial. I'm definitely getting that one first, and I need the Hesidious blueprints. Honestly, whoever decided the Hesidious blueprint should be 2,000 points, I hope you stub your toe, frankly. I'm finishing Mahogany Homes with 172.5 mil XP. I really hope I can just lock in and knock out the rest of this XP because I'm so ready to be done with construction, to be honest. Very satisfying milestone, less than 100k planks to go. The final milestone, 190 mil.
Speaking of sweaty night, sweaty, come on, let's go.
Michael Jackson, yippee! No, not yippee, that's not what he says. Fucking.
Yeah.
What was it?
200 mil construction is done. Proper game of two halves, this one. I really enjoyed it at first and then really hated it towards the end. I think it's pretty obvious why it's one that not many people have done. Anyway, it's done now. I think I will end up doing more. I think I want to go for the 6-hour record again at some point. Can I beat Enjoys? Maybe. Probably not, but we're going to try. I'm now 4 bill poorer, so you know, if you'd like to help a guy out of poverty, you know what to do. By that I mean swap with prop swap from Oldschool Runescape to RS3. Thank you! Did you enjoy logging into RuneScape, ready to do the activity that you actually want to do? Well, too bad. Oh, farming. The skill that's not a skill. The skill that's not a skill that's a pain in my fucking ass. There is only one question to ask when you're thinking about doing farming, and that is, how much money do I want to spend? The more you spend, the faster it goes. But honestly, when you look at farming over the long period of time that it actually takes to complete, you'll realize that it's not actually that expensive per day. So the real question is, how long do I want to be farming? For example, if you're going for 4.6 and you're doing consistent 1.5k EHP years, which, like, you know, we're all mid to late 20s and mostly employed and stuff, so 1.5k is pretty average, I'd say, if you're truly going for it. You're doing about 4 EHP days, it's going to take you roughly 3,000 and fucking hell. It's going to take you 3,000 days to get 200 mil all, which means you only need roughly 65k farming XP per day. That's really just a palm tree run per day. The same logic applies here if you're just going for max as well. You only really need to consistently do a palm tree run and you will almost certainly finish before max if you're doing around 4 EHP a day. Keyword consistently. If you're not consistent, you're fucked. A palm tree run costs like 200k with protection and everything. Farming does not have to be expensive. And if you say 200k a day is expensive, I would like to point you to the wiki, where you can see that killing Vorkath in a relatively cheap range setup is 4 bloody mil per hour. Obviously the numbers shift if you're like a student or you're working from home or whatever and on track to finish faster than that. But personally I think that 4 EHP number is a pretty fair average if we're talking across like the entirety of someone maxing or getting 4.6. When you factor in, you know, PVMing, diaries, questing, that sort of stuff. 4 is, you know, pretty fair. The opposite end of the spectrum is to go nuts. 2 magic tree runs a day, dragon fruits as much as possible, everything gets protected. You'll spend 4 times as much, but you'll get a better rank, and you'll spend less days waking up in a cold sweat at the thought of palm trees. Now for me personally, I think the sweet spot for farming for most people is somewhere in the middle. If you're just looking to max, I think the age-old, tried and tested 1 magic and 1 palm run per day is more than enough and will get you there just fine. Ultra compost for your magics and protection for your palms, and that is all it takes. And if someone bullies you for not doing dragon fruits, just tell them that you're frugal. That's what I did for almost all of my XP and it worked out well. I did switch up to dragon fruits at the end, mostly because I was getting sick of farming, but also because I realised I had 200 mil all banked, and the alternative is to just have gold pieces sitting on a mule somewhere until I inevitably forgot the password. I was doing as many magic runs as I could, which was usually 3, with Kronos giving you that third tree run per day, really. And 1, sometimes 2 dragon fruits per day. I was also doing redwoods and mahoganies, which mahoganies are extremely cheap for how much XP they give you. Celestris, Kalquar, and also Hespori, which is amazing. I love Hespori. I feel like there should be more to say about farming. It is an entire 200 mil after all, but there just isn't, is there? I've managed to condense the entire skill down into the last 5 minutes of this video, and honestly even that feels like I've spent too long on it. The one cool thing about farming is that my mate Esk gave me this cool trophy for getting 200 mil and also for beating 2 other people there. There was a competition with a few of my other mates and I won, so yeah. But that's it. In my eyes, it's the only skill in the entire game that has absolutely no redeeming qualities. It's just something you have to get done. So honestly guys, just do your trees and it'll be over before you know it. And then you too can enjoy the sweet bliss of logging in and not having to farm. I love woodcutting. I think woodcutting is easily top 3, probably my 3rd favourite skill, to be honest. It's got everything. Jagex have done a pretty good job with the gatherer skills in the last 5 years, maybe, but really filling in the gaps and fleshing out all the different niches of training methods. And I think woodcutting is just the one where they've done it the best. And what I mean by this is there are not 1 but 2 high intensity tick manipulation methods that you can do, so you can pick and choose depending on which one you prefer. There are mid-tier intensity methods like mushrooms that don't give too overpowered XP for how much effort they are, but they are more like, I guess, real methods, like they don't require any manipulation or anything, and they feel great for the amount of effort you put in. You get a good amount of XP rewarded. Then they've got redwoods, which is probably the best AFK method in the game, but even before that you can do mahoganies if you don't have level 90 to do redwoods. It's got every niche covered. There's even a decently impactful choice just in which axe you use. There's 3 different axes that are relevant and viable, and choosing those can actually affect your account and the metas that you do. And oh man, it's just, there's so much more going on than it may seem. They've even got a minigame with a lot of clogs to go for, which, okay, look, Forestry is very polarizing. A lot of people love it, more people hate it. I've not done Forestry for a very long time, but I've heard on this latest iteration of Forestry that it's actually not bad. So I'm kind of interested to sort of see what it's all about. Today is the 10th of March, and you're joining me about 7/8 of the way through the 200 mil grind. Again, sorry, I should have started this series earlier, and I can only apologise. I'm not very intelligent, and I thought I wouldn't enjoy RuneScape content, and honestly, who even enjoys skilling videos anyway, so what's the point of documenting my progress? Up until about 100 mil woodcutting, I did almost exclusively 2-tick woodcutting, which is my 2nd favourite skilling method in this game. Easily. It's just so rhythmic and fluid, and the clicks just melt into each other, and just perfect skilling. I've done about 25 mil XP at 1.5 tick woodcutting, but it just doesn't really jive with me the same. I don't really feel it. I know 1.5 ticking is a lot of people's favorite method, but I never really loved it, and when 2-tick woodcutting is to me so much more enjoyable and not that much slower, it's not even really a debate in my mind. I'm just going to take the EHP hit. I'll get 0.9. Feel free to bully me, that's fine. The rest of my XP comes from a mix of redwoods, mushroom chopping, and there was also this weird phase where I foot pedaled the blisterwood tree in Darkmire. But yeah, we won't talk about that. Let's just quickly move on. From here though, almost all my XP is going to come from redwoods. And I guess a little bit of forestry, but mostly redwoods. Redwoods have always been good AFK, obviously. Like, I'm not trying to say they were bad before, but especially since the felling axes came out, the XP per hour of redwoods is kind of just too good to turn down. For how easy it is, it's mad. I could do redwoods all day during playing other games, playing Iron Man, during work, anything, and barely even notice it. And then, you log out 6 hours later and you've gained 450k XP or whatever. 6 times 90, 540k, Jesus. So I've essentially decided that I'm just camping here for the XP. There's also the sort of secondary issue. I guess we'll call it an issue. I told myself that I would try not to complain about this too much. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, the dodgy wrist has come for 2-tick woodcutting, and it's just one of those skills I just can't do anymore, which is very depressing because, like I said, it's one of my favourites. 1.5 ticking is weirdly fine, even though it's many more clicks and much more mouse movement. So if I do get the urge to get really fast woodcutting XP at some point, there is that option, but honestly, I think I'm just going to stay at redwoods the whole way. So yeah, that is pretty much all I've got to say about woodcutting for now. I will see you in a little bit when I get 180 mil woodcutting. I'm just sitting here laughing to myself at the thought that every single woodcutting clip is going to be like a week and 50 hours of gameplay in between each clip, so the time investment into this video is going to be mental. And on that note, I would really appreciate a subscription and even a like if you're feeling generous. Hello, It has been a few days, and we're coming up on 180 mil. Now that I've hit this, I think I'm gonna start Forestry soon-ish. I'm not sure when, but I think I need to crack on with it just in case it takes longer than I expect it to. The last thing I'd want is to be doing post 200 mil woodcutting Forestry events, Jesus. So I'll probably do a little bit more redwoods during work, and then I'm gonna head on over to Forestry. Oh my god, I love skilling mini games. Welcome to Forestry version 12, and oh my Christ, this place is rammed. Please do not talk to me, do not engage me in conversation, bruv, and I will be hiding all of you almost immediately. Okay, so we're clocking in for our new employment at the Myths Guild Magic Trees. I'm starting at 185 mil XP, and I have a feeling I will be here for a long time. Every single slot on the collection log is up for grabs, and I've heard that some of them are just really fucking annoying. Most of them are pretty chill, some are not. Recently, well, not recently, it's 6 fucking months, but recently, Jagex made the Foss Whistle and Golden Pheasant Egg purchasable from the Forestry store. So they're not actually RNG anymore. There's only one RNG thing left to get. This fruity little number is the Petal Garland, and it's a pain in the ass. It's a 1 in 30 drop from the Dryad ritual. Dryad? Whatever. This is actually a buffed rate. Until February 2025, it was nearly twice as rare. It was a 1 in 50. Considering there are 9 different events that can spawn, you can probably see how obtaining this thing is going to be very annoying. I don't know how often events spawn, but it doesn't seem to be too often. I've been here for like 30 minutes now. Yeah, it's been about 30 minutes since I started roughly, and I'm yet to see any event at all. Oh, okay. This one I believe is for the Fox Whistle, isn't it? Yeah. Not an RNG dropper anymore, because you can just buy it, but it'd be nice to get it from the event and not the store. I'd feel more real, I suppose. So hopefully we get lucky. Good evening. It's good evening. It is day 2 of Forestry, and this is my first Dryad event. You know, Forestry has been kind of chill so far. The XP is complete dog shit, and it's boring AFK gaming where absolutely nothing happens for 95% of the time, but yeah, not bad. I am not doing these flowers because this event sucks. Ah! I actually got it. I was like, so just watching YouTube, I can't lie. Okay. We take that. Lovely stuff. I've been here for a good few days now. I've got 42k bark, so it has been a while. But yeah, took that one off. Nice. There we go. Very nice. There's just one more that I don't have to spoon. That's really nice. We now don't have to buy that one from the shop. So if we get the Fox Whistle, we probably are done. Surely. This is only a few events after we just got the golden egg, so this would be scenes. Man. Okay. We are done with Forestry, I think. Fox Whistle done. And I've got 54k bark. I am not sure if that is enough. I'll have to double check, but I think we might be finished. I was a little bit off, so I just sold all of my pheasant feathers just to be sure, and I think I definitely have enough bark now, so I'm just buy all of these logs. I imagine getting all of these on an Iron Man is a right pain in the ass. Who is chopping Arctic pine logs, mate? Okay, look at that. All 3 untradables, and let's go buy the rest. This is going to be a beautiful dopamine hit, isn't it? Secateur's Blade, Ritual Mulch, Log Brace. I think I just get everything, don't I? Ouch. Log Basket, Felling Axe, Going Live Gloves, Funky Shaped Log. Arctic Pine Logs. Is the recolor a clog? I think the recolor is. Whoa. Look at that. Very nice. Now we can get the Forestry recolor as well. That's another 4 slots done. And that should be green. Let me just check. Where the fuck is Forestry in the collection log? Ah, there we go. So it's... What are these? Dude, I swear I'm a fucking moron. I sold all my feathers, so now I have to go get a bunch more. There we go. We are free. Let's go make these. And would you look at that? Another 4 log slots done. Black rank, okay. Oh, I guess that's 700, okay, cool. I didn't realize that'd give me a rank. I think the rank thing is quite new. I don't know, I don't clog. Wow, this outfit looks, that is certainly an outfit. Bonjour. It's been a long time since I've spoken to you guys about anything woodcutting related. You didn't miss anything. I did redwoods the whole way. I didn't get any pets, and I didn't even record 190 mil XP because I got it on mobile whilst waiting for my food in a Chinese takeaway. Woodcutting is a fucking content machine, mate. So far, I've enjoyed pretty much every skill that I've got 200 mil in, but I think woodcutting is going to be just the second skill that I actually miss not being able to train anymore. Redwoods is such a good AFK method to have left. 2-tick woodcutting is so fun. There's just so much to miss. Like, I've got to replace my AFK time with something now, and I genuinely don't know what is going to fill that gap. It's not all doom and gloom, of course. There is always a little bit of satisfaction when finishing a 200 mil, so I am a bit happy. So yeah, woodcutting, you've been fun. But after 2,000 hours, I am hanging up my axe and retiring for good. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you a ton. I think this might be it for skilling videos for a little bit. I'm sort of bouncing around ideas in my head of where I want to go with skilling next. I'm kind of torn on if I want to go straight to 200 mil fishing or if I want to do 50 mil in all skills. I'm only missing 3, I think, off the top of my head. I should know that. Mining, agility, and rune crafting, which it's only 3, but they're also like the 3 longest fucking skills in the game, so there's that. Whichever goal I choose, I'm pretty sure that's like a year of skilling ahead of me. So probably not any skilling videos anytime soon. Very sorry for the delay on this one, guys. I just really wanted to finish all 4 skills. It just felt right in my head, you know? And it was kind of a mission. I was really grinding construction there at the end to get this one done, so I hope it was worth it. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all very much for watching. Leave your feedback in the comments, and I will see you next time, hopefully with some Grandmaster Combat Achievements.